To find the answers to life's great mysteries, we search the depths of age-old knowledge which you will find on our channel. In today's video, as we delve into the timeless philosophy of Stoicism, discover 10 crucial Stoic keys that can help you outsmart everyone in every situation. Alright then, let us embark on this path of Stoicism together. The wisdom of Stoicism can help us face challenges head-on, adapt to new circumstances, and ultimately succeed in this dynamic and unpredictable world. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca were all Stoic philosophers who held that a person might find happiness and fulfillment in life by adhering to a set of principles. Number 1, master your thoughts. The Stoics hold that mastery of one's thoughts is the path to contentment and success. Focusing on what we can influence, rather than worrying about things beyond our control, is the way to live, according to their reasoning. The dichotomy of control is a central tenet of Stoicism. According to this theory, there are two kinds of things in our world: those over which we have some measure of control, and those over which we have no such power. External events, other people's views, and the natural world are beyond our control, but our own thoughts, deeds, and choices are within our sphere of influence. The Stoics advocated directing our attention and efforts toward the things over which we have some measure of control, rather than dwelling on the things over which we have no say. This is due to the fact that the Stoics taught us to be fully present in the here and now, rather than wasting time and energy stressing about things over which we have no control. Their main point was that since we have no control over the past and the future, all we have is the here and now. Being fully present allows us to cherish the wonderful things that happen to us and draw wisdom from the challenging times. Additionally, we have the power to decide for ourselves how we want to live each day. The first step in mastering your thoughts is becoming conscious of them. So, keep an eye on what you are thinking about as you read this. Consider if your ideas are beneficial or detrimental as you go about your day. If they are negative, challenge them. Once you are conscious of your thoughts, you can begin to fight them. Focus on the here and now if you find that your negative thoughts are interfering with your ability to achieve your goals. Keep your mind from wandering by, concentrating on what's happening right now. Focusing on the here and now, rather than the past or the future, is what this means. One of the most effective ways to gain mental mastery is to practice appreciation. Being thankful for what you have makes it much easier to look on the bright side of life. If you are having trouble keeping your thoughts and emotions in check, counseling or therapy can be a great resource for learning new coping mechanisms. Second, find peace within. A key tenet of Stoic philosophy is the practice of maintaining an inner tranquility in the face of the unavoidable ups and downs of life. Discovering inner strength and resilience in the face of adversity is the central theme. You can cultivate inner tranquility by adhering to these essential guidelines. Make a clear distinction between the things you can and cannot change. You can manage your own ideas, actions, and reactions, but you can't change other people's conduct or external circumstances. Stop worrying about the things you can't change and concentrate on making a difference where you are. Mindfulness is the practice of paying non-judgmental attention in the here and now, observing one's internal and external experiences without becoming stuck in it. When you practice mindfulness, you are better able to notice and accept your experiences without letting them control you. Develop virtue. Stoicism defines virtue as the absence of vice and says that it includes wisdom, bravery, justice, and temperance. Try to live your life according to these principles. Justice encourages fairness, wisdom directs your choices, and temperance fosters self-control. Feelings of wrath, sadness, and fear are normal human emotions, so it's important to accept them. Recognize and embrace these feelings without trying to hide or amplify them. Just let yourself feel emotions and then move on from them. Challenges and setbacks are part of life, but rather than seeing them as impediments, try viewing them as chances to grow and develop as a person, adapt to new situations, and ultimately come out stronger. Gratitude is a mindset shift that helps you appreciate and enjoy what you have, rather than fixate on what you don't have. Take time to appreciate nature and the peace and beauty it offers. Make a habit of regularly reflecting on the positive aspects of your life, no matter how big or small. Express your gratitude for your blessings, relationships, and experiences. Get in touch with nature by going for a hike, planting a garden, or even just sitting in a park. If you're having trouble managing your emotions or maintaining inner tranquility, it may be helpful to seek professional help from a therapist. They can guide you through difficult times and help you cultivate emotional well-being. Nature has a profound ability to calm the mind and restore inner peace. To embrace inner tranquility is to go on a never-ending journey, not reach a final destination. Despite the inevitable challenges, you may strengthen your inner resources for resilience and serenity by regular practice and self-compassion. 3. Embrace the impermanence of life. A fundamental principle of Stoic philosophy is accepting the impermanence of all things, which means acknowledging that nothing is constant and that all things are subject to change. Our own thoughts, feelings, relationships, and things are all a part of this. Realizing that everything is fleeting does not mean being resigned or uncaring. Rather, it means savoring each moment and making the most of each day. Embrace the transience of life with these essential ideas. The world around you is constantly changing, so it's important to remember that everything is fleeting. Flowers bloom and then fade, seasons come and go, and mountains crumble. Realize that our lives, like everything else, are transient. We tend to get emotionally invested in people, things, and circumstances, which can cause us pain when they pass away or change. Realize that you can't change these outside forces. Instead, concentrate on the things you can change about yourself, like your thoughts, actions, and reactions. Stay in the here and now. Worrying about the past or the future will only bring you misery. Make the most of the people, places, and things you can enjoy right now. Rather than fighting it, embrace it as a natural process. Change is constant and unavoidable in life. See change instead as a chance to learn and expand your horizons. Keep an open mind and be flexible because the world is always changing. Although they are often painful, endings also mark the start of new chapters, so try to view them as opportunities for fresh starts and natural transitions. Indulge in the present while honoring the past and looking forward to the future. In order to give your life a sense of permanence, it is important to live it with purpose and meaning. Identify your life's purpose and devote yourself fully to it. A lasting legacy will be created by your contributions and the influence you have. Recognize that dying is an inevitable aspect of living. Being afraid of dying will keep you from living life to the fullest, because death is an inevitable part of life's cycle. Embrace the inevitability of death and direct your energy towards creating a life you are proud of, free of regrets. By embracing change and living in the present, you can build a sense of serenity and satisfaction. Embracing impermanence does not mean giving up or losing hope. Rather, it is about recognizing the preciousness of life and making the most of each moment. Being present with the fact that life is a continuous journey. The fourth is to lead a good life. Adopting virtuous living, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, entails developing traits that bring purpose and happiness into one's life. Integrity and goodness are the qualities that should guide your decisions and deeds. Here are some important guidelines to follow so that you might live a life of virtue and get the wisdom that is its bedrock. It necessitates inquiring about things, learning about the environment, and making rational decisions. Try to base your judgments on logic and knowledge, seek out different viewpoints, and have a growth mindset so that you can keep learning throughout your life. Build up your bravery, which is the ability to stay true to your principles no matter how scary things get. Resilience is taking on adversity head-on, fighting for what you think is right, and coming out on top. Do what is right. Being just means being fair and unbiased and treating people with the respect and dignity they deserve. Doing what is right, being fair, and having compassion for others. Always consider how your actions will affect other people and work towards making the world a fairer and more equitable place. Encourage temperance, which is defined as the control of one's impulses and feelings. It entails controlling one's desires and demands, keeping oneself from going overboard and finding a happy medium. Always keep a feeling of equilibrium in your life and be aware of your urges. Recognizing your limitations and being open to learning from others are hallmarks of humility, which you should embrace. It entails being receptive to criticism, owning up to your shortcomings, and valuing the work of others. The best way to show that you care about other people is to be compassionate and nice to them. It entails being compassionate, helping people out when they're down, and generally looking out for their best interests. Honesty with yourself and others, genuine behavior, and a life that shows your principles are all parts of living. An honest life with integrity. Living a virtue-filled life is an ongoing quest for personal development. You should never stop looking for new ways to learn, grow, and hone your skills. Never give up on being the best version of yourself and view setbacks as learning experiences. Always strive to live by principles that promote goodness, integrity, and the well-being of yourself and others. A virtuous life is not about being perfect. If you follow these guidelines every day, you will be well on your way to living a life that matters and making a difference in the world. Number 5. Strengthen your ability to bounce back from setbacks. One of the tenets of Stoicism is the importance of building one's character to be strong enough to deal with hardship without losing one's calmness or grace. The ability to bounce back from adversity, overcome challenges, and come out on top is what we mean when we talk about resilience. Here are some guidelines to help you develop this trait. Acknowledge the difference between things you can influence and those you cannot, and focus on the former. What you think, do, and react to are all under your control, so channel that energy into those. Give up on trying to influence things you can't change. Doing so will only bring you misery and anger. Feeling anxious and lacking resilience are both worsened by negative thinking. Think more positively and constructively by using a new cognitive assessment, a method for questioning and redefining negative thoughts. Reframe and question negative thoughts so they don't control your reality. Improving one's emotional intelligence entails learning to recognize, cope with, and appropriately express one's feelings. Being able to manage challenging emotions without being consumed by them is essential for resilience. Instead of ignoring or repressing your feelings, practice acknowledging, accepting, and processing them. Practice self-compassion, which means being gentle and understanding with yourself, particularly when you're going through tough situations. Instead of being hard on yourself and talking negatively to yourself, which can weaken your resilience, try being more sympathetic and supportive of yourself, just as you would be to a friend. In times of difficulty, it can be helpful to reach out to others for encouragement, advice, and a listening ear. This can be done through friends, family, or a therapist. The presence of social support and connections helps mitigate the negative effects of stress and hardship. A growth mindset is the conviction that one's skills and intelligence can be enhanced via deliberate practice and the acquisition of new knowledge. It promotes resilience by teaching you to see setbacks not as fatal flaws but as learning experiences. Persevere when things get tough and view failures as opportunities for growth. Be grateful and practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is paying attention in the here and now without attaching any value judgments. Appreciation of the good is at the heart of gratitude. Practicing mindfulness and appreciation can improve your life in many ways, including lowering stress levels, increasing resilience, and fostering inner peace. Prioritize your physical and mental health by practicing self-care practices like exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, eating a balanced diet, and learning to relax. Taking care of oneself is the first step in building resilience, which is essential for overcoming challenges. 6th, encourage being fully present and conscious. In order to practice presence and mindfulness, two tenets of Stoic philosophy, one must learn to focus on the here and now without judgment, letting go of thoughts about the past or the future and giving one's undivided attention to the task at hand. Engage your senses and pay attention to the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures around you. This will help you cultivate awareness and present. Take in all the sensations, pay attention to the finer points of your surroundings, and savor the abundance of the here and now. Keep an open mind and heart as you watch your thoughts and feelings come and go. Don't judge yourself, or let yourself be consumed by them. As the clouds pass, ground yourself in the breath. Pay attention to the rising and falling of your chest and the feeling of air going in and out of your nose as you breathe. In mindfulness meditation, your breath serves as an A-base drawing you into the here and now. Every day, carve out some quiet time to sit and concentrate on your breathing. Meditating on a regular basis might help you focus and tune out distractions. Pursue activities that bring you into the here and now with an attitude of mindfulness. Take a stroll in the park, put on some tunes, savor a dish, or do anything you love. When moving from one activity to another, make sure you do so with care. Take a short break to collect your thoughts as you go from one activity to the next. If you can let go of your previous thoughts and anxieties, you will be able to devote your whole attention to the new task. By bringing awareness to mundane tasks like brushing your teeth, washing dishes, or going for a stroll, you can practice mindful living. Observe your feelings and ideas without passing judgment on them. Just be with them. Accept the current moment for what it is, without seeking to alter or repress it, and don't let go of the need for change. You don't have to be thrilled with everything, but at least you're accepting things as they are. Instead of thinking on or ruminating on things that have happened or will happen in the past, practice being fully present in the here and now. Bring your attention to the present moment through the practice of mindfulness and presence. Rather than striving for a perfect state of mind, live in the now. By integrating these principles into your daily life, you can develop a sense of serenity, clarity, and connection to the world. Eighth, cultivate a feeling of fairness. One of the tenets of Stoicism is the practice of equanimity, which is keeping one's cool and one's emotions stable in the face of the inevitable storms that life throws at us. More important than being resilient and graceful, in the face of adversity is learning to accept what you can't change. In order to promote equality, here are a few essential guidelines. Learn to distinguish between the things you can influence and those you cannot. Instead, than wasting energy trying to influence things beyond of your control, such other people or events, concentrate on changing the things you can influence, like your own thoughts, deeds, and responses. Recognize when anxious thoughts are feeding your lack of equanimity, and take action to change them. To replace destructive thought patterns with more beneficial ones, try cognitive reappraisal. Reframe and question negative thoughts so they don't control your reality. Everything in life is transient. Nothing stays the same for very long. Embrace this fact. All of this encompasses your personal ideas, emotions, relationships, and belongings. To promote equality, one must see change not as an enemy but as an inevitable part of life. Meditation and other mindfulness techniques should be part of your routine. In order to learn to be fully present in the here and now and lessen the influence of negative emotions and thoughts. Being mindful enables you to take in and make sense of your experiences without letting them control you. Especially when you're going through tough times, it's important to practice self-compassion and treat oneself with care and understanding. Keep negative self-talk and self-criticism at bay. Instead of letting yourself be eroded by ideas and behaviors that aren't compassionate, try treating yourself with the same warmth and support you would give to a friend. Gratitude is the ninth practice. A major tenet of Stoic philosophy is the practice of gratitude, which entails making an effort to be appreciative of all the good things that happen to you, no matter how great or little. It's about looking about you and being grateful for every resource rather than fixated on what you don't have. Here are some tried and true methods for making gratitude a regular part of your life. If you want to set a positive tone for the day, try beginning it with a brief meditation on what you have to be thankful for. Jot them down, say them out, or just keep them in your head. This encourages gratitude and sets a good mood throughout the day. Make a point of recording your everyday acts of thankfulness in a notebook or note-taking app. Jot down particular things for which you are grateful, whether they be a supporting friend, a tasty dinner, a stunning sunset, or a loving relationship. Every time you sit down to eat, take a few moments to be thankful for the food you'll be eating. Connecting with the wealth of sustenance in your life can be achieved through this simple yet profound practice. Spend some time appreciating the natural world by going on a gratitude stroll, a mindful walk, or an exploration of nature. Take note of the trees, flowers, birds, and other natural aspects around you. Show your appreciation for their beauty and existence. Make it a habit to regularly thank those who have a positive influence on your life, and show your appreciation for the people around you. Say thank you to everyone who helps you stay well, including your loved ones, friends, co-workers, and anybody else. Appreciate the little things. Pay attention to the little things that are good in your life but often overlooked. Savor a hot beverage, engage in meaningful discussion, or bask in the sunshine. Living a life filled with these little pleasures makes all the difference. Stop worrying about things you have no say over and concentrate on the things you can. Turn your attention to what you can change. Be thankful that you have the ability to choose and the capacity to influence your own life. Being grateful isn't about putting on an act. Rather, it's about recognizing and celebrating the good things in life, flaws and all. Gratitude is a powerful tool for personal growth, resilience, and contentment. Number 10. Embrace the interconnectedness and universal nature. Recognizing the interdependence of all things and our position within the enormous cosmic expanse is an essential component of embracing the interconnectedness and universal nature. We must realize that we are woven into the vast fabric of the cosmos, not an island apart from it. In order to foster a feeling of interdependence, here are some essential guidelines to follow. Realize that there is no separation between any two parts of the cosmos, and that all things depend on and are interrelated. Every one of us is composed of the same building blocks, and every decision we make has far-reaching consequences throughout the universe. Immerse yourself in nature, practice mindfulness, and pay attention to the interdependence of all living things, the fragile balance of the natural world, and the link between people and their surroundings. Get to know people on a personal level by acknowledging that we all have a common humanity, including feelings, goals, and experiences. Honor the variety of human experiences while recognizing and celebrating our shared qualities. One should make an effort to be empathetic and compassionate, and one should extend these qualities to all living things. Be compassionate and understanding, since you know that we all go through good times and bad. Do your best to improve the world around you by treating people the way you would like to be treated, and by contributing to a greater cause, taking stock of your part in making tomorrow better for everyone. Do what you can to further causes of compassion, justice, and harmony. Realizing your role in the vast cosmic tapestry is more important than clinging to your unique identity when you embrace the interdependence of all things. Living in harmony with the natural order of things is possible via the cultivation of a strong sense of belonging and responsibility. You may change your perspective, overcome obstacles with grace, and discover genuine fulfillment by using these 10 strong Stoic principles to your daily life. Now you know how to outsmart everyone else. In the meantime, remain stoic and live a wise life. We appreciate you being here on this illuminating tour through Stoicism and hope you'll like, subscribe, and hit the bell button to receive updates on more ancient wisdom.